Well, good morning. It is Monday morning. It's Ruben Lowing. Where daylight savings time is in effect. It's amazing how there's all these self-help gurus, and their main focus, their main emphasis is changing your habits. Okay, and so there's repetition, there's self-hypnosis, there's guided hypnosis, there's Psych-K, and then there's PTSD, which cause you'll get results right away, but you may not like the results. But here we are, the whole country is making a change to their habits, and it's not an easy change, right? It's your body's like, what are we doing? But in a couple days it'll be like no big deal, right? But everybody's doing it all at one time, and there's no coaching. Okay, we got to coach all these people to get accept getting up at an hour earlier in the morning, right? It's kind of funny how that works. I'm been thinking about the financial services business, right? And what we do with WSB is we do financial literacy training, and we train trainers, and you have to get trained in order to train, right? Like in anything. Now, been around, okay, so I've seen there's some boxing trainers that cherry pick. So they get some guy that comes in the gym and he's got some physical prowess, he's aggressive, all right, and maybe he had brothers that he was used to fighting, he wasn't scared of fighting, right? And that guy's got it right away. They'll ride that pony until exhaustion, right? Because there's not a lot they have to do to make him a fighter. He's kind of already got it going in. There's not a lot of trainers. I can name a few. Roy Jones Sr. is one. David Love in San Diego is another. He's the one that trained my son. All right. And there's not a lot of trainers that can take somebody with all they have is desire and get them to be competitive, get them to a high level, right? Now, but it takes a lot. You have to really get to know where people are. I've had experience it myself with kids or even adults that their mind is, they don't know nothing, but they are confident in what they know, right? So I had this kid he was in Mercedes, Texas, and he just did goofy looking stuff. I mean, he just punches coming from weird little angles, and I don't even know what he's doing. And I made him. I said, watch me, and I shadowboxed for him, and it was a demonstration. So I said, do you want to look like that? Yeah, you want to look like that. All right. So I got him started off with straight punches. Okay, jab and straight right hand, and then I taught him how to throw a hook, all right, and then an uppercut, and then he started looking like something, all right, and getting more confident. Then I had another guy, grown man, and he was, a rough guy, tattooed up, and he was yoked, he was strong, and he had a right hook to the body. I'm like, you got a hard right hook, but you ain't never gonna hit anybody with that. And he goes, so he wouldn't listen. So finally, I'm like, okay, come at me with that. And I open hand slapped him hard, in the face, and he didn't like it, but what was he going to do? Right? And so then he started the same thing. Got him throwing straight punches, got him to adjust his range. Okay, and then jab, right hand, and then I taught him how to throw a left hook. Then I taught him how to throw a double left hook, and he really liked that. But then I'm like, now watch this, and I taught him how to weave and come over and hit with that right hook, and now how to work that right hook in with the double left hook and the straight punches, and then everybody paid attention to him. Then everybody's like, look at him, he's like a Mexican Mike Tyson. All right, isn't that funny? Okay, but here's the thing, all that applies to this business. You got to find out where people's mind is at. Okay, you may have to, like, they may have their confidence in something that you can take and apply to this business. Some people are good listeners, but then they don't do anything with the information that they've picked up because they listen. Okay? Some people are good talkers. Okay? They can deliver the message, right? But they don't know how to pick up the indicators that somebody's receptive. All right? And then some people, they may be good at doing the 7 steps. In the process of the 7 steps, the light comes on for the person they're presented to, and they've sparked interest, and they go, okay, but let me finish the rest of this. All right, and and then they lose them, because what that guy cared about, they didn't care about, and they lose them. Okay, so everybody's got something. Okay, and maybe some people, and you can hear a lot of it, people get discouraged because people are being negative with them. And if you're confident in yourself and you're confident in the business and the products of the business, all right, those people don't shake you, and you'll start to figure out that everybody who's whiny, making, or they challenge you, well, who's going to listen to you? Who's going to listen to a waitress about their finances? Who's going to listen to a hairstylist about their finances? Right? Well, who's going to listen to a landscaper about their finances? Right? Well, there's people in those walks of life in this business who've made it big, right? And there's people who had bankruptcies, and people who have completely devastated their finances that built it all back up because of what we have from this business, and I'm one of them. All right, and so whenever you hear that, it's all that is somebody, they're holding up a mirror or a sign, right? They ain't got their act together, right? That's where their doubt is. So when you recognize that, you're like, okay, no problem. How about if I get you? Okay, you want to talk to somebody who's got it together? I know just who to talk to, and you get them in front of whoever, your CEO or your SMD or whatever. But anyway, if you can adjust to daylight savings time, you can adjust to the habits you need to do to do this business. Right? Bye.